guys, how are you? Welcome back to Nattie
Nation.
Oh, this was so hard to do. Oh my goodness, guys. This will be a fun video. Well, we thought it was a fun video, so we did it. I'm going to share with you guys. Now, this video is all about styling your shelf in your home. It's just happened that we had a shelf in this room, our living room, and we took it to the basement, and we found our inspiration, which is from Restoration Hardware, and it's from the Modern Catalog 2019, and I'm going to insert footage of what it looks like, and you can see our interpretation of that style. Don't forget our giveaway.
Yay!
See, wasn't prepared. Our giveaway. Don't forget, you have to be subscribed to our YouTube channel and comment as well on our videos, and then go over to Instagram to my Instagram page. That's going to be linked below, and comment as well. I see you guys, I hear you guys, I appreciate your kind words and your support. So let's get into this video. Now hopefully you can find these tips helpful, and that's what my husband has something to say.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take you down to the lab.
Enjoy.
Have a good one. So on last night, me and the wife came down here and we began to decorate our shelving. Shelving that we got from HomeGoods, right now?
Yep.
And we had some extra pieces that we've already shown you before, like for instance, the two heads, the crystals, and the like the birch wood down below. And we wanted to show you how you can actually utilize and style these pieces. Also, we have our frames, right? Inexpensive frames. The printout of Aphrodite in the middle. I think in the last one we saw, I think it was David or somebody who was in there. I'm just going to show you how we actually did it. We kind of followed the RH flow, which in turn is a lot of your books. You notice on the crystal here, you have your books with the crystal on top of it. You have this bowl with a book on top of it. And on this side, we also have different books. This right here is more of an art book. We added this piece in just to give, to give just a little more, because we like the piece. The piece is, I like to say, a little older piece. It just flows very, very well. Up here, when you come up here, you see the horse, which you know we already love horses. We have the books and how they're stacked. If you notice it's kind of staggered. It's not the same size books, but it's staggered books, and you can do it any way you really want to do it, but we just like the way that it actually flowed from the top down, going in this direction. You notice that we have two bookends that are not the same. You don't have to make the bookends the same. They're still two solid, very nice bookends, but they really work. So this particular piece we want to put on the mantle to give just a more because the bookshelf is already dark. This white will bring it out, and the picture itself kind of stays with the RH theme, which in turn sometimes you will find to be a little old, antiquated, if I can say it that way, from a history standpoint. And it goes with this Greek type type look that RH actually. So we're going to put it up there, right? So I'm going to stick it up here, right behind the mask, right? And if you notice, what happens is, if I put it, I don't want to actually put it outside of the boundary. I'm putting it inside the boundary itself. I'm making sure that the picture, you can actually see the picture, but at the same time, the white, if you notice the white, it helps the background of these two heads. You have dark on dark, you need something white to contrast, to kind of reflect off of this so you can really see this right here, right? We still have this open space here. We need to put something here. So sticking with the RH theme, guess what we're gonna do? We'll do books. So I'm gonna grab a couple of books real quick off of this brown, this kind of cherry wood look. What I'm doing is I'm gonna center it the best that I can. And if you notice, the centering stays the same all the way down. So from the main piece to the middle, to the next to the lowest level, we're kind of staying centered, because that it grabs your focus pretty much. But we can't leave this book here, these books bare. Always got to have something to go in the book. So I'm going to go with the trademark succulent, right? Some greenery to break up everything that's actually going on. You have nothing that is green. It's always good to have some type of green within your decor when it comes to your bookshelf. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to center it, I'm going to put it right here. And what I like, and I think the wife likes this as well, is to have something kind of flowing, right? It's something about when a piece of greenery actually flows out of the vessel that it's currently in. So go with that, watch the flow, it's going to go well. Now look at how this looks aesthetically, right? You have different pieces, nothing is really matchy, but at the same time, from an aesthetic standpoint, it works, right? You have your main piece that's up top, it flows down the way that it's actually supposed to flow down. If you notice here, the bowl is empty. We could have taken some green mothballs or something to put in there, but guess what? It's going to clash with this one right here. You don't want too much greenery going down. You just want just enough. So you can use this as a functional piece to put whatever you want in. It's not just for looks. You can put whatever you actually want to put in it, right?
And also, love, I think it's good that you break it up where you don't have too much greenery. Too much greenery. Like we have the, what's that called, babe?
I think this is the coral.
The coral up top. Well, we keep white pretty much coming down until we get to the birchwood. And guys, I know we still have the tag on the birchwood, but because we're not quite sure if we're keeping it or not yet. So we're still gonna need a tag on until we decide what we're gonna do until everything is finalized. But I like it. I really do. What do you think about putting the other frame on it, on this? You think it'd be too much?
And again, it goes back to not being matchy.
Okay.
You just want enough to touch on what you're trying to get across.
Okay.
You don't want to necessarily overdo it. There will be some instances that you could put 2 frames on here. I would caution against putting 2 frames on the same level. I would probably break it up, not even on the same side, but if I have a frame here, I probably would put a frame right here.
So why don't we try it and see what happens? So we can show the audience different ideas.
So I have my other frame. What's good to know is that you're always tweaking your shelves. It's not always the same. You may look at something one day or within that first couple minutes, and then you want to change something. So for instance, we're looking at these painting books right here, and my wife asked a question. She said, well, what if we move this out of the way so that we have sort of 2 of these on the shelves, right? So I want to show you how we can actually use 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of...
Hold on, love. So kind of give, what's this, diagonal effect?
Yes, correct.
So if you look up top where we have the white, and then we come down to the left and we have the black and white.
Correct.
Right? Then you come across right here. We still have black and white. So we're going to incorporate it going across this way. It's kind of Z.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to have some kind of format and kind of flow to how you style.
Correct.
Because you want to tell a story and you want it you want it to flow.
I agree. So moving this out of the way, we'll move these to the side, right?
I thought I was going to keep those books there, love.
So you want to keep these?
So let's keep the books there, the 4 books there, and then put that piece on top of the books.
What piece on top of the book?
The gold piece in your hand.
Gotcha. I thought you wanted to see the frame in here first.
And then put the frame against the wall like we have up here.
It's going to be, because this is so,
well,
this is so high.
Let's try it and see. Let's try it. Go ahead.
No, that's what you. Something is really wrong with you.
Oh my
God. Really wrong with you. So, folks, we're there's one thing I want to make sure we make sure you understand is, if you take a look at these books here, these are books that we commonly use. So it's okay to stage the books that you actually use on a day-to-day basis on your shelving, right? There's one other thing I wanted to really get across to you all is, we came from the flashy kind of look down to the RH look, where it's more rustic, more antiquated, that type of look. And we know that these 2 are not really, because of the shine and the gold down at the bottom, they're not really an RH look. So what we want to do is, not saying you cannot do this. You can do this if this is what you have and this is what you choose to do. but we want to move in a direction of an RH inspired look. So I would remove this bowl out of the frame. I would then go with something that is more earth tone, have more texture to it, like this right here. And I will put it on top of this white book. And I want to make sure I said this, it's a white book because normally a lot of times your restoration hardware vessels would be a darker tone. And if you have a darker tone, you would want something lighter under it so it illuminates what's on top of it, right? So that's the reason why we probably use more white books when it comes to RH inspiration, because we want to highlight what's actually on top, right? So now let's look at this piece right here. I think this is fine. I have no issue with it being on top of these books. But again, I want to find more of a restoration hardware inspiration, so I'll remove this for right now. Not saying you have to. And I will go with something just as simplistic as this pewter globe. Take it, we'll sit it on top, and it would do exactly what it's supposed to do when you're thinking about the calmness of restoration hardware. Now take a look at what we've actually done, right? Down the center, you have your focal piece. And one of the things me and the wife always thought about is that, and we say this, is that your focal piece should be just that, your focal piece. It's your larger piece. It should be a statement piece to say, hey, I'm actually here. And then you will have your aesthetics that runs down the middle. You will have some things that will run diagonally. If you notice we have it running diagonally, you notice that it's not side by side like the pictures right here, the way that we actually put it, so that it, and again, we're not filling out of space. Do not come into this thinking that, oh, I gotta fill out space. No, it's not about filling out space. So here you have it. I think this is good. We'll probably show you different iterations of this as we move forward. But the last thing I want to talk about is your focal piece, right? You can change this out. You don't necessarily have to stick with the coral. We have another focal piece that I'm going to take this off right now. I'm going to show you, and you tell me what you think. Kind of heavy. We have another globe, right? We're going to put it up here. I'm going to make sure that it's centered the way it's actually supposed to be. Don't want it to go too far back, but centered down the middle. And guess what? You have another focal piece that's up top. Now, is there anything else we want to change out? I may change out because this is a globe. What you don't want to do is probably contradict with another globe down below. I'll pick this globe up. I'll move this globe away. I may go back with the gold right now. Just because you don't want to contradict with your centerpiece, your main piece. You always want to be the focal point. That conversation should start here and it works its way down. Not start here and work its way up, right? I know a lot of people will put a lot of trinkets up here. You don't have to do that, not at all. But here you have it, folks.
Okay, Nattie Nation, here's the finished product of one off the shelf that we did in the basement. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys get some idea. Don't forget to subscribe and comment to enter into the giveaway, and also follow me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for your support, and we see you tomorrow. Bye.